Folks, hope you're doing well today. There's a quote that's ascribed to Chrysostom, who was an early church father of the late 4th century. Prolific writer, quite an incredible person, apparently. But one of the things that he said is that, speaking on Matthew chapter 6 of the Lord's Prayer, where it says, deliver us from the evil or wicked one, he said that God created nothing that was evil. Now, I know in Isaiah 45 and verse 7, God creates darkness and light and good and evil, but the word evil there could have other meanings, but let's just look at the philosophical or practical aspects of this. God doesn't create anything that contradicts his nature. But he did create creatures that have free will. And that free will, by nature, can choose to contradict his nature. I know that sounds a little like circular logic, but it really isn't. He created certain creatures, angels and human beings, with the propensity to make decisions, and those decisions could be directed against him. In other words, contrary to his will. And anything that contradicts his nature or contradicts his will is by definition evil. So the devil is the evil one. He is the one that is noted to be the one who is the premier of all evil, because it began with him. And he added, as we've studied in the past in Isaiah 14 and verse 12, his 5 I wills, and Ezekiel chapter 28, he was perfect until the day that iniquity was found in him, and he promulgated his own elements or issues that he had with God. All of this was, it says, speaks of the unrighteousness of his trade, meaning that he was, doing everything he could to promote his cause at the expense of the one who created him. He is the premier evil one. And so when it speaks of being delivered from the evil one, it means that we should actively understand who he is and that he has a plan. We know that he has methods, if you will, and schemes, it says in 2 Corinthians 2, and methods that we struggle against there in Ephesians 6 and verse 10 and on. But let's just take a moment and think about this premise, because truthfully, all the bad parts of us are things that we added to ourselves by decision. We chose. You can say, well, no, a lot of bad things happen to me. Bad things in and of themselves don't force certain outcomes. Not unless we choose to have that be the outcome. A person could be in a very horrible place, and we choose what we'll do with our reasoning and our decisions in that place. We choose if we'll be angry. We choose if we'll hurt another person. You've heard the saying, hurting people hurt people. We choose if we'll take what's been done to us and do damage to another. We choose. We choose if we'll harbor jealousy or condemnation or be judgmental. We choose that. So we war in our flesh against this aspect of us that is constantly, in the world that we live in, seeking to be added to our nature. For us that are believers, we've been given the opportunity to crucify that and to think and have the mind of Jesus Christ and be Spirit-filled and prove to the world what is the good, acceptable, and even perfect will of God, it says in Romans 12:2. But that comes at the cost of another decision. We choose to lay down our lives, our rights, our privileges, our ability to make the decision the way we want it to be. And we render that we offer it up to God. And as a result of that, the world gets to see someone who doesn't necessarily live their life based upon the tidal change of the world, the ups and downs, the ins and out of the common reasoning of the day. And it's not just reacting to all that is occurring, but is living a peaceful life. Peaceful by virtue of the fact that they have peace with their God and they know Him. And they do everything they can within their power to add to their faith virtue and to their virtue knowledge. What they're adding, the decisions that they're making there in 2 Peter 1:4 and on, are decisions that will reflect the kingdom and the God that they serve. Because if not, it says that we're blind, nearsighted. Notice that. We can't see the things that are far off. We can't understand the heavenly things. And we forget that we were once purged from our sins. In other words, we go back to our nature, our old nature. So think about it today. We'll talk more about this perhaps tomorrow, but I just want you to consider it for a moment. Today, you and I are what we choose to add to our nature. Do we take what God is freely offering through His Spirit, the love, the joy, the peace, the long-suffering, the gentleness, the goodness, the meekness, the temperance, and the faith? Or do we choose to add, by choice, the aspects of our nature that the world would want us, the opinion of the world, the attitude of the world, or the attitude that we've cultivated our entire life prior to salvation? We choose. Perhaps our prayer should be today, lead us not into the temptation that this world offers us, but deliver us from the one who is the master at getting people to add to their nature those things that contradict the God that we know and we love. Till next time, friends, God bless you.